and we're going to create some division because InArt Batman does it put Hot Toys to shame. And Justin, I want to share some photos here, and I have something I just brought up just briefly, right? So what I'm going to do, honestly, I'm going to go sculpted to sculpted on this one. Because of course you can go premium, you can go rooted, and of course, yeah, it probably does, right? But if Justin, you saw these, figures in Vegas, you actually reviewed them. You reviewed the InArt Batman, and yours. Did you have the rooted head sculpt in that one? I can't remember.
It was there, but I was not allowed to show it because it wasn't final.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So
okay.
I held it and I looked at it, like it was literally physically there, but it was nowhere near as good as the final version.
Yeah, because they updated that head sculpt and it looks really strong, actually. But again, if we're looking at just sculpted to sculpted, right, the prices are pretty much the same. Like you're pretty much paying the same price for InArt that you are for the Hot Toys. So I don't know. Dude, I'm not the biggest fan of this film. I like it. I didn't hate it. I thought it was good. I liked it, Justin. I didn't love it. I thought I need to watch it again, but I was like, it's good. I viewed it as kind of mid. I was like, it's good. I liked it, right? But Kiko and I call him the mid man as a joke. But dude, I don't love. Riley loves this film, but I'm not the biggest fan.
Yeah, that world is so it feels so lived in and so gritty and so noir, and it's such a vibe. Like you sit there and you're in this dark, gloomy world, and you understand why there needs to be a Batman because shit is going down, and the police can't do anything about it. Like, it just gets me every time I watch it, and the sound, the music. Oh damn!
Right. Yeah. And I see a couple comments, by the way, guys. I see you. They're saying 380 shipped on 16K. I get that, but I pulled it up spec fiction price. It's 410 free shipping. So we're going to go with that. Say it's 380 though. Either way, the question still remains the same. Justin, did InArt put Hot Toys to shame? I'm going to say yes on this one. What do you think?
I've seen both in person now, by the way. So I have no allegiance. I don't care. I'll be getting both and reviewing both. So it's in my best interest for them both to be amazing. Because I know people are like, you bloody fanboy of whatever. No. The texture, I'm looking at the texture alone. The texture on the InArt cowl and the InArt outfit is incredible. I have never seen as fine of a texture as I have seen. It's kind of like statue outfit texture. You know when you get a statue's really well-textured fabric that looks like real fabric?
Yep.
The chest plate on this Batman is the one thing that has stuck with me since I held it in Vegas. That chest plate was insane. And honestly, I think the proportions are a little bit better. There's something about the Hot Toys one that looks a little bit top-heavy. And I don't know if that's the head sculpt or what, but it just looks so real. And that's what you want. You want the realism. Even that picture right there.
Right.
The shoulders sit quite low. The chest is very high. The shapes aren't quite as angular. Like that chest plate is quite smooth. It's not bad, not by any means. If you're getting the Hot Toys one, get really excited. It's going to be fantastic. But in a vacuum, this would have been the best. But I think that InArt one, it edges it out at pretty much every level. Having seen both in person and no allegiance, I promise you, I don't care which one is going to be better because I'm going to get them both and I'll review them for you, and you can decide. But seriously, just the proportions alone, like you can see that, right?
Yeah.
The shoulders, the traps, how the arms lay on the body, that head sculpt, and the fierceness of the expression. Like he's got this really mean furrowed brow. The likeness in that mouth plate and the texture there too is just fucked. Like seriously, this is one of the best figures that I've ever seen and held in person.
That's what I've heard, Justin. I heard everyone who went to Vegas, they were like, that figure is incredible.
That was a standout.
It's definitely a standout. I also heard Pennywise was, to be fair. I heard Pennywise
was really good.
Yeah.
I do not like the horror vibes, but I know you do. And I think you're going to be it's 100% better than the Hot Toys one. A lot of people didn't like the Hot Toys one. The collar issue, his outfit was too clean. The hairstyle apparently wasn't quite right, and the neck was too long. There was certain things that weren't quite right, but the base on the Hot Toys I really liked. How putting the head sculpt in the base, that was so clever.
And Hot Toys has made some updates to the Batman figure. However, I just feel like, look, at the end of the day, remember originally, Justin, all of us thought when InArt first came onto the scene, we were like, InArt's creating a new level, a new tier. Like they're charging prices that we haven't seen before. not so much the case anymore. Like
Can we bring up the updated pictures of the Hot Toys? Because people are saying they fixed the proportions. I know they've made changes to the proportions, guys. Destin and Daniel, I know that they have made changes to the proportions. I've seen the latest prototype in person, and it's still not quite as realistic looking to me as the InArt one. So I know they've made changes. We're not trying to say that they haven't. They definitely have. Here we go.
Right, and they changed it. So that looks like the update. I mean,
the
it still looks
the
looks
shoulders are still low. The chest is still high. He doesn't have that V taper. He flares out at the hips. He looks quite chunky down at the hips. Can you see that? How he sort of bell bottoms out a little bit?
Yeah.
So the proportions are still a thing, like I said. And the neck looks a little bit long to me. Or is it like the collar and then it's the proportions is the one thing that, yeah, I don't know. I don't think
it's definitely better. It's definitely better.
Oh, it's definitely better for sure.
But it's just a matter of the InArt one looks so lived in, you know, like it looks like a real person. Yeah. And like, I remember, Justin, some people were originally with the InArt one with Vegas. They were complaining it was too green. I was like, no, it's accurate from my understanding of the film. Like it has like sort of a green sort of military vibe, doesn't it?
Yeah. So the suit, the real life suit, it has this kind of dirty, greenish, yellowish. It's got like an oil sort of, it's hard to explain, but I've actually seen the suit in person as well. And the InArt one is very accurate to the suit. It's kind of like the Joker Joaquin Phoenix suit, where in the final product, it was very dark, but the real suit was quite vibrant red. That real suit, which I was standing in front of in Japan, it's very, very vibrant. So it's kind of like your mind's eye versus the real practical thing. But they could always dial that down for the final product, which I wouldn't imagine is too far away. I cannot wait to get this. This is going to be absolute beast. And put it in that bloody jazzing Batmobile that in and of itself is a beast. Seriously.
Right. Dude, Justin, this is like probably the figure I've been most tempted for a character I don't really care that much about. Like I look at this figure.
The movie again.
And then I'm going to watch it again because I really every time I look at this figure, I'm like, this is a fucking awesome figure. Like this is a really, really well. And again, if the proto comes out like the final, sure, I guess we'll see. Right. But like all things considered, if this comes out like it's looking in the proto, damn. This figure
you don't have a Batman, do you, Will? You sold your DX19.
I sold my DX because I was waiting for InArt. I was waiting for InArt for the Christian Bale.
Now you can get the Armory one.
Yeah, I think I will. But I don't want the whole Armory. I just want the Batman.
Yeah, I don't want the Armory either. I'm going to keep the Batman and sell the Armory.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to do that, though, which is the problem because everyone's going to sell it and it's going to flood the market. Like everyone's just
too many clear plastic Armories.
Exactly. They're going to be everywhere, dude. They're going to be everywhere. But I you know, overall, I mean, the Hot Toys is good. But again, when we're looking at pricing, it's pretty much the same, if not Hot Toys maybe a little more expensive. And I think the InArt is just, I think, a whole step above. I just think as far as prototypes go. And I actually like the base on this one a little bit more. It's simple, but it's kind of cool. True. But the magnets thing, Justin, I'm not crazy about the magnet base thing. You know.
Yeah. I don't know. The magnets, I don't know some people have had issues with the magnets, but mine has never fallen and it's still standing. It's been there the whole time. But some people have had issues. Maybe the way around it is that, like, you know how they did on DX Indy, that new like calf clamp that sort of came up around the pants. That's very clever. I love that little innovations like that. I love
that. Had to have been because of InArt, right? I mean, come on, like, dude.
I mean, DX Joker Hot Toys looks like a magnetic base. I don't see a crotch grab anywhere. Although there was a rock at the back of the base that ominously looked like it had been plugged in, where a crotch grabber would be able to go. So you could always do both, like magnets.
Well, that was my thought with InArt. John seems to think that they have no interest in that, though. I'm like, why not just put a little peg in the base that you can cover if you don't want to use the crotch grabber? But if you do, then you could do that. I think that'd be perfect. But
just integrate it into, like, that base has got like this bat signal style, like all these panels. One of those panels can just be able to be removable, and then you can still do like a clear plastic crotch grabber, for example, rather than this big black visible one. So there are ways to do it that aren't super ugly, but just give collectors that peace of mind, because I feel the same way. Like if I walk into the room and something has fallen, and it's
dude,
always the nose. It's
always I got lucky.
Nose. Oh my God. They always fucking hit the module case. The nose goes, oh my God.
The nose is fucked at that point. I got lucky because when my Joker fell on the floor, it hit the carpet. So I was very lucky.
You're lucky.
But I got back and I was like, fuck, this Joker just got here and this bitch is on the floor. Like, dude, I was so upset. Luckily it was fine, but Yeah. So, but yeah, man, but I'm going to watch it again, guys. Cause Justin, I've been telling you, I haven't told the people yet, I guess, publicly. So I will sometimes rewatch things or revisit things and enjoy them. Dude, I think I love The Last of Us 2. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know what's wrong with me, guys. I think something's wrong with me. I've been playing, dude. Well, because I played the first Last of Us, and then I was like, oh, I played the Last of Us 2 originally, hated it, right? And then I was like, okay, let's try it again. I played it again. I was like, fuck, I think I liked it. And then now I'm playing it a third time, and I'm like I started playing God of War again, and I was like, I want to play Last of Us 2 again. I was like, dude, I think I like it. I think I like it a lot. So yeah, it's crazy. So I'm gonna watch the Batman for Riley. I watch it for Riley. And
I need to watch Dune again, or Dune,
dude,
because the second one's coming out. Everyone's making Paul Atreides figures. I think that if I'd seen it in the cinema, it would have been a different situation. But because COVID had shut down all of our cinemas, we could only watch it at home. Right. And it wasn't the same vibe. So I'm going to try and watch it right. I'll turn all the lights off, put the surround sound on. I'll get a little popcorn. I'll give myself a cinematic experience. Or I'm hoping there's a cinema locally that replays movies. Like they're doing a double feature of Infinity War and Endgame soon. And I might go and do that. Yeah,
that sounds great. If I ever come to Australia, we'll go to that. We'll go to that. Yeah, because I would love to go to a double take like that. But yeah, man, I dude. And by the way, people were commenting, asking me if I'm an Abby stan now. I still don't really like Abby that much, but I love the game. Like it's super weird, but
he's indifferent, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty much indifferent to Abby, but I do love Ellie regardless. So yeah. Pretty interesting. So, guys, we are going to wrap the show there. Thank you so much for contributing. The poll results, Justin, were actually pretty interesting. It's only 57% InArt versus Hot Toys for the Batman. Like for the Batman specifically.
What about the line collecting thing?
Oh, yeah. I got to look back at that. I don't know. I think it was like pretty heavy no. I think it was
okay.
Oh, yeah. No, actually, it was pretty close. Do you collect lines? 51% said yes, actually. Yeah.
Wow. That is very close.
Apparently, people still collect lines, but do they really? Because every poll I've run, it's like, people have limited budgets like myself, and like they don't buy everything. So if you're not collecting full lines, then because if you did, then your budget would be like through the roof. So, yeah. And if you were collecting like the Obi-Wan line, for example, you would have the Grand Inquisitor, you'd have Reva, you'd have Vader, you'd have Kenobi, like
all the other brothers and sisters if they make them.
They keep showing them, but I don't think they're going to make them.
It's not it. Please no. Please don't. Red in the lead something says, light some candles, a glass of wine. Wait, lol. Yes, maybe. I'm going to this special screening of Wes Anderson's Asteroid City tonight. I'm a huge Wes Anderson fan. I love Grand Budapest Hotel. It used to be my favorite movie of all time, but now it's Everything Everywhere All at Once. But
nice.
Yeah, they having this wine special. So you go in and you get a glass of wine and you mingle, and then you go and watch the movie.
Dude, everything. I'm going to give another hot take. Everything Everywhere All at Once. I liked it. It was good, but I didn't. It wasn't like I was crazy while I wanted to watch it again.
That's my favorite movie of all time.
All Quiet on the Western Front was better in my opinion. I love that film. Dude. It's on Netflix. It's a war movie, so it's very dark, but it's just I've never been more immersed in an atmosphere than that film. Like that film.
I'll go and
watch it, dude. But just beware because it's like people are getting run over with tanks and getting flamethrowered. It's a World War I film. So dude, it got nominated for a ton of Oscars last year. It's so good, so good.
Okay, I will go and watch it. And you need to watch Kamen Rider Black Sun.
I actually will because you recommended it. It sounds pretty great. It's something the boys. Riley, I don't trust Riley though, Justin, because I guess you don't either. Riley said he thought Lord of the Rings was boring. And I was like, get the fuck out of here, Riley. I was like, get out of here.
Look, Riley, I'm with you. I'm sorry, but it's one of those movies. Like, how you watch Rocky, Will, and you're like,
yeah, exactly.
Because it's like it back in that time, like it was a different era. And some films are quite era specific. Like I still love Rocky because I was exposed to it like ages and ages ago. Whereas like they were still making Rocky movies. Rocky 6 came out while I was still, able to go. Like it wasn't before my time. I saw it in the bloody cinema. So I think Lord of the Rings, it just hits different for me because I wasn't in that bubble of wow, this is the best trilogy ever of all time. This is amazing. Right. Where now I'm watching it, I'm like, what did he just do to that moth? Like he's fucking, and then he's like, it's like what? And then and then the woman at the start who's like narrating, and it was like very confusing. She's like, so the ring is this, and then it goes in the cave, and then it's out of the cave, and then it does this, and it's found by this, and I'm like, what are you talking about? So no, I did not get into it, unfortunately. I really tried.
Hey,
I really tried.
I got you into Game of Thrones and God of War.
You did. I love Game of Thrones now and God of War 2. Final Fantasy still a question mark. I played up until the motorcycles, and then this guy came out on his motorcycle and he was like hitting on me, but like
he was
like a really weird it was like a sexual tension there, but only on one side and like on his side.
Right.
So yeah, I'm for now I've checked out on Final Fantasy a little bit. I'll come back to it though, Will. I
give it
do
a
want
shot.
to
And if it's not for
play
you,
a
it's
little
not
bit
for
more.
you. It's still a
Yeah.
still a good game though.